For the first time, a doctor treating active duty soldiers has spoken out about BTS's Jungkook's suddenly deteriorating health condition. A past injury he sustained while still active as an idol is reportedly recurring during military training, and his condition is said to be serious enough to require further medical intervention. The question now is, how severe is his actual condition? And why was Jimin, his closest friend, so emotionally affected? A trusted source within the military said Jungkook experienced intense pain in his left heel and ankle during advanced physical training at an Eastern Korean military camp. This is not a new injury, but a relapse from an incident that occurred in 2018 ahead of BTS's concert at London's O2 Arena when he accidentally hit furniture and hurt his heel. At the time, he still went on stage, although seated. But now, the situation is much more complex. According to the medical personnel handling this case, Jungkook was unable to walk without assistance for several days. An MRI scan was performed to ensure there was no further damage to the muscle and tendon tissues. The result indicated chronic inflammation that had never fully healed since the incident years ago. This has raised serious concerns given that military training demands prime physical condition. This is not just regular pain, said a military doctor directly involved in monitoring Jungkook's condition. We found microdamage in the tendon structure that worsened due to repeated pressure during training. If not treated properly, this could develop into a permanent injury. This situation was further exacerbated by the rigorous military training schedule, especially for soldiers assigned to high-mobility units. Jungkook, known for always giving his all in every activity, reportedly pushed himself too hard. Some eyewitnesses at the camp even stated that before being taken to the military clinic, Jungkook collapsed during cross-country running exercises. Apparently, Jimin had known about this incident beforehand. One logistics staff member said Jimin, now stationed in a different unit, looked shaken upon hearing about Jungkook's condition. He immediately asked for permission to visit, and when it was granted, Jimin entered the medical room without saying a word for several minutes. His expression was hard to describe, a mixture of shock, anger, and sadness. The source said, Jimin's reaction shows how deep the emotional bond is between BTS members, even while they are serving their national duties separately. As fellow members who have endured many ups and downs in their careers for over a decade, seeing Jungkook bedridden due to a recurring old injury is undoubtedly an emotional burden for Jimin. What's more concerning, according to a senior medical officer, is that Jungkook's condition this time could lead to long-term physical activity restrictions. If the recovery process doesn't go optimally, he might experience mobility limitations. This is not something to take lightly, he revealed. He also added that although intensive care has begun, recovery from chronic tendon irritation usually takes longer than regular muscle injuries. Meanwhile, according to an internal report leaked to local media, the military is currently considering two options: relocating Jungkook to a lower physical intensity unit or granting medical recovery leave for several weeks. However, no official announcement has been made yet, and the matter is still under review. Public reactions have flooded various social media platforms, especially from armies who know Jungkook as someone who never shows weakness. Many expressed deep concern and admiration for Jungkook's mental toughness as he continued training despite his injury history. He always appeared as if nothing was wrong. Even after falling on stage or sustaining minor injuries, he kept smiling and performed energetically, wrote one fan. Knowing that he's now in pain behind the walls of a military camp makes us all want to be there to support him. Meanwhile, some netizens have started highlighting past incidents that may have contributed to his current condition. From injuries after Mama 2016 to a minor accident in Seoul in 2019, Jungkook's long injury history seems to be resurfacing. Many are questioning why such a medical record did not receive more attention during the planning of his military training. There should already be a strong medical record to classify Jungkook as a soldier requiring special supervision, said a civilian military analyst. The fact that he suffered such a severe relapse shows a potential administrative oversight that needs to be reviewed. On the other hand, there is also internal debate in the entertainment industry regarding Jungkook's career future post-military. A Korean pop culture observer, Lee Hyunwoo, said this injury might become a turning point in Jungkook's professional direction. He may need to focus more on digital music projects, production, or less physically demanding activities. This is not the end of his career, but the start of a major adjustment. So far, there has been no official public statement from the agency or from Jungkook himself regarding this incident. However, considering the scale of public reaction and the attention from fellow BTS members, there's no doubt this condition will remain a major focus in the coming weeks. Now, the big question on many people's minds is, will Jungkook recover fully before his military service ends? Or will this injury leave a lasting mark on his life as an artist and ordinary human being? One thing is clear. This news has shocked, touched, and shaken many, especially those who've always seen Jungkook as a flawless, strong figure. And for Jimin, this incident is not just another injury. It's a bitter reminder that even the golden magne has its limits. Nevertheless, as the narrative continues to develop across social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, we're faced with an information dilemma. How much can we truly trust the validity of these circulating reports? Has there really been an extraordinary event blurring the line between reality and illusion? Or is all of this part of a grand scenario designed to shape public perception for a certain purpose? Statements that seem credible, spiced with dramatic visuals and convincing quotes, can create an atmosphere that suggests truth. But have we ever asked, who crafted this narrative? What are the interests behind its spread? And most importantly, are the presented pieces of evidence strong enough to be accepted as facts? Or are we becoming victims of information manipulation hidden in viral entertainment? In this digital era, where information can spread instantly and massively without adequate verification, we as information consumers must not only be passive receivers, but also active interpreters. Isn't it wise to ask, who is the original source of this narrative? Does the media spreading it have a trustworthy reputation, or is it known for sensationalism and controversy? News circulating about incidents allegedly involving famous public figures often follows a similar pattern, appearing suddenly, without official confirmation, then going viral quickly. This should raise suspicion. Is there a mechanism regulating how fast the narrative spreads? Who benefits when the public is driven by emotion, not logic? In this regard, a fundamental question arises that we must reflect on together. Did the event really happen as described in the narrative? Are we witnessing truth told honestly? Or are we absorbing a story that has been strategically modified to create panic, empathy, or even collective hysteria? Let us dig deeper. When someone claims to have witnessed something directly, but provides no concrete proof like official documentation, statements from authorities, or independent verification, should we immediately believe it? Or rather question the motives behind the claim? Who is actually benefiting from this murky information, especially if the information source comes from anonymous accounts, undated videos, or visual snippets that are easily manipulated? Is it possible we're being controlled by social media algorithms prioritizing engagement over accuracy? Are we seeing the truth or merely a reflection of uncontrollable digital noise? Undeniably, our society is now highly exposed to an unending wave of information. In such conditions, doubt is not a sign of weakness, but a proof of intellectual vigilance. Why are we so easily moved by emotional narratives, but reluctant to trace the facts? Is our empathy stronger than our need for truth? Even in cases involving popular figures like international artists, it must be reiterated that not all seemingly valid information comes from proper journalistic processes. The story might be the result of a marketing team's fabrication, attention-seeking content creators, or groups with hidden agendas. So, who is responsible when misinformation misleads public opinion? We must realize that the line between reality and fabrication in digital space is extremely thin. Often, sensationally spread news can overshadow the more complex truth that requires deep analysis. Why are we more drawn to drama than to truth? Is this a reflection of a collective need for entertainment amid information fatigue?